Ponniyin Selvan was my first Tamil novel that I've read. Till then I had done short stories, a few here and there, mostly English we did. But this was the first novel that once I started that I couldn't put it down. And it opened the doors for me for Tamil literature. After this, I went to Sujata, I went to Balakumar, and I went to Jayamohan. All of this entire richness of the Tamil literature to me was opened by Kalki's Ponniyin Selvan. And from that time, it's been something which didn't leave me at all. There are several times, several people have asked me whether this was my dream project to convert into a film. And at that time, I had said, no, it's a film that I want to make, that is all. But now, after the film is done, after it's released, and I realize actually that it was a dream. And when the dream is over is when you realize that you're awake and you have to face the world. There were a lot of apprehensions before I started this film, converting Ponniyin Selvan into a film. I'm saying all this for a reason. I knew that it had the largest following, and it had people who are addicted to it, and anybody who's read it has read it for 5 times, 6 times, and they were all experts, and they all had opinions of how it should be and how it should not be. They had the entire picture in their mind. So I was fighting not only against this difficult task of 5 books to be converted into a film, but I know that I was trying to interpret several people's vision. And I knew that there will be people who will say, no, that's not correct. This is not correct. This shouldn't have been this way. This shouldn't have been that way. But I was ready to take it because I was one of them who was vastly, influenced by this book. So I was ready to do my interpretation of it, and was willing to look forward to, opinions and share it, with each one of them whenever I met. That there's a difference between a reader and a viewer. The reader has everything in his mind. Whatever the book says converts into a visual. He has a clear idea of how Kundavai should be, how, Periya Padivetraya should be. Even I had that. So when I made the film, it was very difficult to do the casting. I didn't know, was this Kundavai really? Is this the one that I've talked about? She has an English accent. So it took me a while to adjust, and this is what is there right through the film, and that it is a different medium, a different language, and this medium had its own demand and its own restrictions. It had an ability to visualize, convert it into visuals in front of your eyes, but those visuals could be different from what was there as a reader. The differences are not only of interpretation of a vision, but also of a time, of language which has changed. And so each one had to be, developed in such a fashion that it is relevant today. That, that 2K kids, as they call them, should be able to connect to this. And so it had to reimagine itself in a form of a film. And I'm sure that when this translation is done, it has the same equation to it, in the sense that there'll be people who will follow the Tamil text and say that is not as this, or see another translation say that is not. But I'm very pleased to know that you have taken the effort to put what you think is the way it should be, and brought it out in English. And I'm sure that it will reach all those kids that I was trying to reach. And I'm looking forward to these two and the other three. Hope you do it soon. Thank you very much.